Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. My name is Ismail Fakir and I am a PhD student at the University of Sidi Mohammed bin Abdullah, Faculty of Science, Dar al Maraz. I would like to sincerely thank the member of International Conference on Optimization and Application for giving me this opportunity to present my work, which titled Attention-Gated Feature Fusion Applied for Multimodal Aspect-Based Sentiment Analysis. In my agenda, I will start with an introduction covering social media, artificial intelligence, and the research problem. Then I will explain multimodal aspect-based sentiment analysis, um, beginning with sentiment analysis, aspect-based sentiment analysis, and finally multimodal. After that, I will present the research used, including the dataset, architecture, and models used. Next, I will share the results and discussion comparing text-only approaches with the text and image approaches. Finally, I will conclude with conclusion and perspectives. Introduction. With the rapid growth of social media, users generate a considerable amount of data every day, including text and images. This user-generated content carries variable information about opinion and feeling, which can support decision-making regarding product, places, and services. By applying artificial intelligence, especially natural language processing, which combines machine learning and deep learning, it becomes possible to analyze and understand the human language through sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis, known as opinion mining, to identify the sentiment of a given text automatically, which is positive, negative, or neutral. One of the sentiment analysis classification levels is aspect-based sentiment analysis, which is identify sentiment towards a specific aspect in text, and the multimodal sentiment analysis aims to enhance aspect-based sentiment analysis by incorporating visual data. So how can we effectively perform sentiment analysis on specific aspects by leveraging both textual and visual information in a unified multimodal framework? The objective of this project is to develop a multimodal aspect-based sentiment analysis model that effectively combines textual and visual information to accurately determine the sentiment to a specific aspect in user-generated content. Multimodal aspect-based sentiment analysis. What does sentiment analysis mean? Sentiment analysis is the process of identifying and classifying opinion in a text, especially to determine if the writer's sentiment towards a specific topic or product is positive, negative, or neutral. Sentiment analysis can be used for social media monitoring, tourism, voice of customer, product analytics, market research, and healthcare. And this is the traditional process of sentiment analysis. We start with an input text like this sentence, I like to work. We translate this sentence into word by word. We support not important like I and your. Negation, we apply negation handling. Statement, we translate each word into the original, which is some model for classification for the embedding classification, and finally sentiment class. A fine-grained version of sentiment analysis is the aspect-based sentiment analysis, which is identify a specific aspect, topic, or feature of a product, service, or subject and detect the sentiment towards each aspect. The objective of this is to detect sentiment expressed towards different aspects of an entity, thereby solving the limitation of basic sentiment analysis when dealing with mixed opinion in the same text. Like this example, the screen is excellent but the battery drains fast. In this example, there is two aspects. First is screen and the second is battery. The first aspect is positive because the screen is excellent. However, the second is negative because the battery is drained fast. Multimodal aspect-based sentiment analysis is the task in natural language processing and computer vision that combines textual and visual data to analyze sentiment, which aims to identify aspect sentiment pairs within image, text, posed by jointly modeling textual and visual modalities in order to capture the information from textual and visual information. And this is the example of multimodal aspect-based sentiment analysis. There is a text, it says the banana is ripe, it tastes good, however the apple is rotten. And also for the image there is a banana and the apple. In this there is two aspects, first banana and the second apple. So for the first aspect is positive because the banana is ripe, and the second it is negative because the apple is rotten. In our model we use the method dataset, which is the target is positive and negative. There is two targets and for categories there is 7 categories. First, animal, building, food, goods, human, plant, and scenery. In our project we use 4 models. First is BERT bidirectional encoder representation transformer. Second is distill BERT. Third is mobile net, and finally is efficient net. In our architecture in the dataset there is image, text, aspects. We pass this information into feature extraction in order to get the embedding. We pass this embedding into the attention guided fusion. We apply first attention fusion, which refers to additive attention. In this first attention fusion is applied for textual information between text and the aspect. The second is for visual and textual information. We feed this into a classifier in order to get the sentiment categorized, positive and negative. Results and discussion. And the results are divided into two categories: text only, which corresponds to aspect-based sentiment analysis, and the text with images, which corresponds to multimodal aspect-based sentiment analysis. For the text-only experiment, the BERT model outperforms the BERT across all categories, achieving higher accuracy and F1 scores. For the multimodal experiment, the combine of BERT with efficient net consistently achieves the best performance compared to the text-image models, highlighting the benefit of integrate visual features with the textual information for fine-grained sentiment analysis. When visual information is added, the results improve noticeably. This shows that multimodal approaches, text plus image, perform better than unimodal approaches text only, leading to stronger performance in sentiment analysis. Conclusion and perspective. Multimodal aspect-based sentiment analysis is a task that aims to identify the sentiment of specific aspects by combining information from text and images. In this work, we present an attention-guided feature fusion framework that extract aspects, text, and images feature with pre-training models and integrates them through a two-stage attention mechanism. This design enhances cross-modal interaction and leads to more accurate sentiment prediction. Experiments on the method benchmark dataset demonstrate that our approach effectively captures fine-grained aspect-level sentiment analysis. For perspective, there is 3 perspectives of our project. First, applied multimodal model like Flamingo or Flava. Second is multimodal aspect term extraction. For example, we should train our model for extract the aspect. And the third is text to audio. For example, in our dataset there is three modality, the two modality, text and image. We should apply. We can also apply audio modality with translate this text into audio. And thank you for your attention.